the sea ice has been retreating earlier and earlier over time. And this past year especially was one of the lowest sea ice years ever recorded. With this trend, krill have not successfully spawned in the Palmer area for about 7 years now. This just makes it a lot harder for the top predators like penguins and whales to find food.
All right, now don't be fooled that what's happening in Antarctica stays in Antarctica. The sea ice is disappearing. That has actually global effects on deep ocean circulation and a whole bunch of other Earth system processes. But
we're seeing that happen all around Antarctica. And what we think is that there will be a threshold whereby the ocean warms and all those ice shelves are going to pretty much go at once, and they're going to go very, very fast. And once they go, then there's nothing to stop the rest of the ice sheet just sliding into the ocean. Now there's another wrinkle here, another instability. So West Antarctica essentially sits in a big bowl below sea level. Large parts of it are 2 kilometres below sea level. So that warm ocean nibbles away the edges and gets into the soft underbelly. You can imagine you've got this ice sheet flowing into the ocean, but as it retreats into the bowl, the edges of the ice sheet start to lose the grip on the side of the bowl. It's clinging onto the edges, but it's about to slip off. There's nothing for them to hold on to anymore. And so what happens is it's like a bunch of dominoes falling over. These ice cliffs just pop. And we've seen that in Jakobshavn Glacier up in Greenland. You know, it's an incredible thing to watch. These immense ice cliffs, 30 kilometres long, just boom. And if that really...
Italia, because we can protect people. This is our responsibility to do things to live in a healthy ecosystem for everyone.
We need to think really carefully about how we protect these resources moving forward. If we bring back whales, the whales will help us bring back the krill. And that's a situation we all want, whether we're a penguin or a whale or a person. This is important in the fight against climate change. Once carbon is brought into a whale's body, it's locked in there for decades and in some cases centuries. Krill are also super important in the carbon cycle because they have really fast...
Elles ne vont pas être utilisées seulement, donc on va utiliser les données de modèles qui vont permettre de faire tout un tas de choses. On va voir plusieurs applications ici. Donc là, par exemple, dans ce premier exemple, on veut voir où implanter des fermes aquacoles. Donc on va utiliser plusieurs informations satellites. Tout d'abord, vous avez la hauteur de houle, les courants, mais aussi la
One of the unique things about Palau is that this idea of having a balance in the ocean, it's not really new to us. It's something that's deeply ingrained in our culture. It's very important for us to respect the ocean. We practice this all of our lives. What I want other people to know is how strong we believe in, the amount of effort we put into conservation. You're out there for a reason, is to catch fish, to maybe feed your friends, your family. Because spearfishing can actually be very selective, we can reduce bycatching.
We're not just hurting fish.
so beautiful. I just get to do this. This is my life. For years to come, maybe have some passion for the ocean. It's like a being in itself, you know, the whole ocean ecosystem, everything, every part of the ocean, it plays its part and it does something important, and it's all important to us. And it's important for everyone to do their part to protect the ocean and protect everything that's inside.
Saying that we like to say is that we always want to pass on to our children something better than what we see. That should be everyone's responsibility. Sometimes that's hard to do. It's going to require all of us. And sometimes it takes sacrifice. And I think that's what Palau has demonstrated. We're doing it because of the long-term impact.